Section 3, Starting Colonies. As the populations of Greek communities increased, the existing farmland no longer produced enough food to feed all of the people. One solution was to start colonies or settlements in distant places. Many Greek communities sent people across the sea in search of new places to farm so that they could ship food back home. People who set up colonies are called colonists. The ancient Greeks made many preparations before starting a journey to a new land. Often they began by consulting an oracle to ask the Greek gods whether their efforts would be successful. An oracle was a holy person who the Greeks believed could communicate with the gods. Next, the colonists gathered food and supplies. They took a flame from their town's sacred fire so they could start a sacred fire in their new home. Greek colonists faced many hardships. They had to take a long sea voyage and then find a good location for their colony. They looked for areas with natural harbors and good farmland. They tried to avoid places where the local people might oppose the new colonies. Finally, they had to build their new community and make it successful. The Greeks established colonies over a period of more than 300 years, from 1000 to 650 BCE. This first group of settlers started a colony called Ionia in Asia Minor, in what is present-day Turkey. Later, groups started colonies in Spain, France, Italy, and Africa, and along the coast of the Black Sea. These colonies helped spread Greek culture. Some flourished through farming and trade. Colonists continued to enjoy whatever rights they once held in their home country of Greece, including the right to participate in Greek athletic games. Section 4, Trading for Needed Goods. Many Greek settlements on the mainland relied on trade with each other to get needed goods. Some had enough farmland to meet their own needs, so they were less dependent on trade. The Greeks traded among the city-states with Greek colonies and in the wider Mediterranean region. Olive oil and pottery from the mainland were exchanged for such goods as grain, timber, and metal. Most goods were carried on ships owned by merchants. These ships were built of wood with large rectangular cloth sails. Merchants had ships built not for speed, but for space to hold goods. Because these ships traveled only about 3 to 5 miles per hour, journeys were long. A one-way trip from the mainland could take 2 months. Navigating these ships was difficult. With no compasses or charts, the Greeks had only the stars to guide them. The stars could tell sailors a ship's location, but not what hazards lay nearby. No lighthouses warned sailors of dangerous coastlines. Despite these dangers, adventurous sailors carried more and more goods, and trade flourished along the Mediterranean coast.